What's up guys, it's Luke here, and today we're going to talk about 9 things that we waste money on. Cleaning up these things and minimizing or eliminating them all together will have a huge impact on your wealth building journey. It's one of the first steps you need to take along with budgeting, got a video coming on that soon, to get your financial house or your foundation set. Real quick before we get started, if you want to see more content like this, please like and subscribe down below. Let's go. The first thing we waste money on is takeout. I should probably be the first to say it's not like I've never gotten food delivered before, but there's a difference between treating restaurant delivery as a once in a while treat and a staple of your home eating. At that point, with the delivery charges, tips, and fees, why not just go to the actual restaurant? The food would be better and you'd be getting an experience along with it for your money. But I know, the point of it is convenience, even if I don't understand it. In full disclosure, I know companies like Uber Eats and other companies like that have lowered these costs, but the concept's still the same. The alternative? Actually cook at home, which I have no ability to cook, so that doesn't really help me. But I know how to use the microwave. The second thing we waste money on is pre-packaged food. There's a real oddity for me in the idea of buying pre-made food to bring home. Again, I can see the appeal for a quick meal with kids or in case you're running behind or just don't have time that particular day. But regularly buying your food prepared perplexes me. Having several meals a week be pre-packaged foods that cost about what it costs to eat out kind of defeats the purpose of eating at home. The alternative? Meal prep on the weekend for the week and pre-package it in your refrigerator. The third thing we waste money on is fast fashion. Yes, I understand this didn't exist when I remotely cared about fashion at all. Look at me guys, really? But even if it did, I would still want to buy things that are quality and that will last. It boggles my mind that someone sees something in a store or online that just looks ridiculous at first glance. But then they see a celebrity in it and instantly everybody has to have it. And here in America, it's all about following the latest trends on Instagram. The alternative? Buy a few high quality, timeless pieces and build around that. The fourth thing we all waste money on is extreme air conditioning and heating. It's all about controlling the air around you in a very unnatural way. We like everywhere we are to have the perfect temperature because keeping things constantly at an insane temperature costs the individual money and also probably is killing our environment as well. The alternative? Try moving the thermostat down just 3 to 5 degrees from your normal in the winter and moving it up 3 to 5 degrees in the summer. The fifth thing we waste money on? Big homes. Americans still desire the American dream. And with the American dream comes more square footage, bigger kitchens, bigger bathrooms, California king beds, which still sounds funny to me. I'm not sure I really know what the difference between a king bed and a California king bed is, and other things like that. And the funny thing about most McMansions is typically they're poorly built on a cheap piece of land, and it's tiny, the piece of land is, for this big old house. When you really put thought to it, it actually becomes hard to wrap your mind around. Who would want that? Why? For whom? It's a mystery when you think about it. Alternative? Buy a small multifamily in a great area and sacrifice size for financial gain. The sixth thing we waste money on is bulk groceries. Before you get all riled up, hear me out. The first time I went to Sam's Club, I nearly fell on my face. I get some of the appeal, and there are certain things like toiletries and cleaning products and stuff like that that I might buy in bulk. But to see so many people buy such ludicrous quantities of hot dogs and other food just blew my mind. Not everyone is having a family reunion every weekend. I can see how bulk can be used to offset costs, but from what I've seen, it most often seems to be used to justify having way more than anyone would need, therefore erasing the cost benefit. This is probably proven most by the amount of waste of food that we have in this country. Alternative? Plan out your bulk buys on things that can be used for years to come, like, toilet paper. The seventh thing we waste money on? Constantly getting the latest and greatest and newest electronics. I don't run out to replace my phones, laptops, tablets, whatever the second the new model is out. If the old one works just fine, I don't even look. I don't even know what's out there. Marketers get paid to make you want things you don't need. And yet so many people, regardless of how much disposable income they have, they just can't go without the latest tech. Having an old iPhone doesn't mean you're poor. It means you value your dollar and you're working towards buying assets, not gadgets. You can laugh at me if you want, but I have an iPhone 5. And the only reason why I have a 5 is because they quit supporting my 4, or else I'd still have my 4. It was a great phone. The alternative? Don't even look at electronics until you have an actual need. Money on? The 8th thing we waste money on? Cars. That actually makes me a little bit sad. Public transportation is one of the best things ever. You don't have to watch the road, you can talk to your friends, you can walk more, you get free exercise, and you don't have all the costs associated with driving. Plus, you can drink before getting on. Not that I've done that. But here in the US, we have very little infrastructure to support public transportation. So that means you do need a car, and that's okay. But there's no possible way we need a new car every 21 months, which is the average time a person owns their car before getting a new one. Oh, and by the way, who are you impressing with your vehicle that has a payment that's as much or more than your rent or your mortgage? Why is it that most people drive better cars than some of the richest people on the planet? They choose to drive what you should be driving. I wonder why the rich are rich and the rest of us aren't. Alternative, drive a solidly maintained car until it dies, and quit caring what other people think. And the last thing we waste money on, gym memberships. Statistically, you won't use it, but you will convince yourself if you have a membership, you will work out. Unless you are training for something specific because you're an athlete or an Instagram star, you can get great exercise by walking, hiking, biking, all kinds of stuff like that. And those are all free. Alternative, anything involving getting off the couch and moving. Well, that's it for this video, guys. But what do you think are the biggest money wasters? Comment down below on those, and let's see what you can come up with and who has the most ridiculous one. Thanks so much for watching. Hopefully you liked this video, and if you did, please subscribe, hit that like button and notifications bell. This tells YouTube that you enjoyed the content and it helps grow the channel. Thanks.